So our first topic of discussion is Argand plane. So before moving to Argand plane, we will see about the Cartesian plane, or we can say the 2D plane. Okay, the Cartesian plane, or we can say 2D plane. So what is the concept behind the Cartesian plane, or we can say 2D plane, or we can say our coordinate system? Okay, our 2D coordinate system. So basically it consists of one horizontal axis, okay, one vertical axis, and the horizontal axis is called what? X-axis, x dash, and the vertical axis is known as what? Y dash. It is called y-axis. So this is our 2D plane, or we can say Cartesian plane, or this coordinate system. Okay, this is what? Coordinate axis system, we can say. We all know. So these x-axis and y-axis are what? According to Euclid's geometry, these are orthogonal to each other. X-axis and y-axis are orthogonal to each other, and they divide the whole coordinate system into 4 quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Simple. So just simply like 2D plane, we have our Argand plane. So 2D plane or Cartesian plane is used to represent or used to locate points, used to locate coordinates. Just taking reference to this 2D plane, we have Argand plane. Argand plane is used to represent, okay, used to represent complex number, used to represent complex number, because complex number, okay, because complex number I am writing as Cn, act, or we can say behave, act as a point a comma b. Okay, I am just considering any complex number z is equals to a plus iota b. So it will behave, or it will act as a point a comma b on the Argand plane. On the Argand plane. Basically, we can also say on the Argand plane or on the complex plane. Okay. You can say Argand plane, or we can say complex plane. Both mean the same. Okay. Complex plane. So now how it will represent? See, this vertical axis is known as what? It's known as imaginary axis. Okay. It is what? Imaginary axis. See, I'm writing here. Imaginary axis. This vertical axis is known as imaginary axis, and this horizontal axis is known as what? It's known as real axis. Simple. Because we know a plus iota b, a is our real part and b is our imaginary part, and whole thing is just same as our 2D or Cartesian plane. Okay, just same. See, this is our real axis. This horizontal axis is known as what? Real axis, and this vertical axis is known as imaginary axis in the case of this Argand plane, or we can say complex plane. Okay, and a comma b is any point. If I am considering a comma b is in first quadrant, means see, a and b are the real number only. A and b are the real number. A is called the real part, and b is also called the imaginary part because it is multiplied with iota. That's why we tell that b is our imaginary part. But a and b are itself what? Real part. So if I am considering that a comma b are positive real number, then it should lie in the first quadrant only. So I am locating this point a comma b. So a comma b is acting as a point on this Argand plane. Okay, means this is representing what? This is representing our complex number z is equals to a plus iota b. Okay. So if I tell, if I tell you that you just represent me z is equals to 2 plus 3 iota in this Cartesian plane. So where I should represent it? See, I should represent it here. Wait, I am just writing it carefully. Argand plane. Okay. So see, if I tell you to represent this z is equals to 2 plus 3 iota in this Argand plane. So how we will represent? You know that this complex number will act as a point 2 comma 3 on this Argand plane. So 2 is what? Real part. So this is the origin only. 0 plus 0 iota. So we will move 2 units, means here 2 units here in the real axis. Okay, on the real axis, just like in 2D plane, as we do. If I want to plot here 2 comma 3, then what we will do? We will just move 2 units on the x-axis, okay, and 3 units up along the y-axis. Let's say somewhere here. So we will reach our desired point, which is 2 comma 3. Is it 2 units? And this is up what? 3 units. Let us consider, no, 3 units. Okay. So simply like this. Okay. Simply like this we have to do. So see, A and B are the real part only. That I have told you previously. So on the real axis, we will move 2 units. Okay, 2 units in the horizontal direction. And along the imaginary axis, you just go 3 units up. Means something like here. So this point will be what? 2 comma 3. This is 0. This is what? 3. On this imaginary axis, okay, this imaginary axis, we will plot our imaginary part. On this real axis, we will plot our real part. So this is our what? This is our desired point. As you can see and match the definition that z is equals to 2 plus 3 iota is acting like a point 2 comma 3 on this Argand plane or the complex plane. Okay. As we also know that every real number is a complex number. So if I have to plot the point, or if I say clearly that if I want to so every real number is also a complex number. So if I want to plot any point like 3 comma 0 or 2 comma 0, so I can also plot in the Cartesian plane as well, or I can plot in the Argand plane as well. No issue. Totally same thing. In the case of real number only. Okay, means the imaginary part is 0. Okay, so this was the whole concept of Argand plane, or we can say complex plane. Okay.